Now, you've probably seen betta fish before, either at a pet store or you may own your own fish. But some people surprisingly don't know anything about them, considering they are one of the more popular starter pets. As you know them, they are typically brightly colored aquarium fish with long tails and shiny scales. However, in the wild, these fish usually have more of a dull color and have much smaller tails than the domesticated fish. These fish are native to places like Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, where they are found in shallow standing water. That is water that doesn't flow, such as canals, rice paddies, and floodplains. The vernacular name for these fish are placket, which means fighting fish in Thai, and they get this name because of their aggressive tendencies towards other bettas, more specifically the males. These fish grow increasingly popular because it's so cheap to care for them, and they're stronger and tougher than most fish who would die quicker due to lack of care. These students are currently in college and have decided to keep their own pet betta fish. This is Brianna Rivas, a freshman at Palm Beach Atlantic University, Jenna Pound, who breeds bettas in her spare time, and Jordan Jackson, a student majoring in history.
Everyone, this is my pet fish, Minnie. The reason why I chose to buy a betta fish was, well, first of all, my aunt bought it for me as just a little companion for when I'm studying or doing my work. But also, I think betta fish are really beautiful, and there's always, they're all so unique. It's not like a goldfish where they're all the same color. He is very attentive when I'm around, and he starts swimming around more, I guess, when I'm around. I don't have to do much to take care of him. I only have to clean his tank once a month, and that is because I noticed that he doesn't dirty it up that easily. For other fish, you may have to clean it every week, which I'm so glad I don't have to do that. And I feed him twice a day, and they even if you forget, even feeding them once a day is perfectly fine. And that's really all you have to do to take care of them.
My name is Jenna Pounds. I have 5 adult betta fish and around 30 babies. I've heard so many things about other fish, like goldfish pooping a whole bunch. I didn't want to have to deal with that. Also, bettas have just been so much more interesting than the other fish in my opinion. And I just really love learning about them. So like I said before, I have 5 adult fish that I know their personalities pretty well.
This is my fish Jada. Jada the betta, as we like to call her. Oh, Jada has a huge personality, just like her mom. She's really moody and she like sleeps a lot, and sometimes we have to check and see if she's still alive. But sometimes she'll eat and then spit back out her food. We clean her bowl once a week and we feed her every day. That's about it.
Yes, these fish are made to withstand harsher conditions, but that doesn't mean we should be putting them in those situations. Now, because of the betta's harsh environment in the wild, many people have a skewed perception on how to care for these fish at home. The main misconception being that they can be kept in tiny tanks, bowls, or the cups they came in, and that their water doesn't have to be very clean. It is not okay to keep a betta fish in a small tank. Yes, in the wild sometimes during the dry seasons, their habitat will dry up and fish will be forced to live in smaller puddles or ponds. However, this is only temporary, and they have the option to jump out of their current puddle to another one that is much bigger and cleaner. And yes, bettas do need clean water to survive. In the wild, they are living in what seems to be dirty water. But when this dirty water is occurring naturally because of plants or mud, it actually isn't harmful to the fish, unlike if you were to leave a betta in a small tank and let the waste build up. This can cause serious diseases that can be fatal to your fish. This is Kasia, a pet YouTuber who creates content about her 15 freshwater aquariums, her dog Banana, and her various other pets.
Hello, my name is Kasia. I am a YouTuber at Creative Pet Keeping. I like to make videos about my pets and kind of share education that I've learned myself as I've kind of learned about pets over the years. I thought it would be cool to make videos and share it with everyone else, so that's what I do. In regards to fish diseases, a lot of the times the problems do stem from what is going on in your tank. When you are treating diseases, you have to look at the environment first before you decide to treat the disease. Because a lot of the times, the reason that your fish is getting sick is because there's something wrong with the parameters in your tank. When you are maintaining your little happy ecosystem that you create in your tank, because it is a closed ecosystem, anytime waste or any chemicals build up, it has kind of nowhere to go. So cleaning a tank is actually removing different waste or buildup. It's actually not really what we would assume cleaning is, because a lot of things that we think would be dirty, such as mulm or algae or even tannins in the water, are actually really healthy for fish.
When you leave a betta in a dirty or small tank, you are essentially replicating the worst living conditions that these fish face in the wild. With the right care, bettas have the potential to live up to 4 years. Unfortunately, the places where people are going to buy these fish are usually given false advice. So it is up to the pet owner to do a little research themselves. Now, betta fish don't get very big. They typically stay between 1 or 2 inches, so a 2 to 10 gallon tank is what you should be shooting for.
There's a lot of debate on tank sizes, but if you want to get something that's like a nice, happy, safe size that usually works really well for a variety of people, I would say 10 gallon is the best to go. Of course, you can keep bettas in smaller habitats, and some people pull it off. Even I've jarred fish temporarily when I bred, but it's very tricky and it's a lot of work. It really depends on your fish. If you have an older fish or a fish that's got long fins, it might actually be kind of happy in a 1 gallon because it can't swim very far. So, as long as the fish has room to swim around and you can maintain the water in a nice and stable way, I think that's totally fine. Do what you can and make whatever you have work. Even if you have a betta bowl, even if it's a small bowl, but do the work and just maintain temperature, maintain water parameters, feed your fish well, and your fish should be okay. And then one day you might have the opportunity to upgrade if you can.
Although betta fish do need a little more care than what your pet store tells you, it isn't that much more difficult or expensive to keep one.
While a lot of the time people buy betta fish as a decoration for their desk or maybe a type of decor to spruce up or add a little nature to your house, we have to remember that fish are living beings. You are what the fish is depending on. Without you, the fish will die. You provide the food, you provide the clean water. Their whole world and their entire life depends on your care.
Bettas can make excellent long-term pets if cared for properly. They may be tiny, but their lively personalities make up for their small size.